All eyes on Qatar, opening ceremony of world's biggest football tourney to get underway in a short while from now. Army organizes Purvottar Swabhiman Utsav in Assam in association with Northeastern Council. Union Ayush Minister Sonowal inaugurates Research Institute in Unani Medicine in Silchar in Assam, calls it a landmark moment. And Tripura Chief Minister Manik Saha reviews state law and order scenario with superintendents of police of all districts. Welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Sangeeta Bhattacharjee bringing to you the stories in detail. The 27th United Nations Conference of Parties, COP27, today agreed on establishing the Special Loss and Damage Fund. The fund will help to make up for the losses suffered by developing nations that are vulnerable to climate change. Confirming the agreement for creating a loss and damage fund, the COP27 in a tweet said history was made today at COP27 in Sharm el-Sheikh as parties agreed to the establishment of a long-awaited loss and damage fund for assisting developing countries that are particularly vulnerable to the adverse effects of climate change. The delegates at the COP27 were happy that the fund was adopted after days of negotiations over the proposal. In a related development, India's Environment Minister Bhupender Yadav made an intervention at the closing plenary and termed COP agreement secured for loss and damage funding arrangements a historic step. The minister said that for most developing countries, just transition cannot be equated with decarbonization.
China and LMDC. You are presiding over a historic COP where agreement has been secured for loss and damage funding arrangement, including setting up a loss and damage fund. The world has waited far too long for this. We congratulate you on your untiring efforts to evolve consensus. We also welcome the inclusion of transition to sustainable lifestyle and sustainable pattern of consumption and production in our effort to address climate change in the covered decision. We note that we are establishing a 4-year work program on climate action in agriculture and food security. Agriculture, the mainstay of livelihood of millions of smallholder farmers, will be hard hit from climate change. So we should not burden them with mitigation responsibilities. Indeed, India has kept mitigation in agriculture out of its indices. We are also establishing a work program on just transition. For most developing countries, just transition cannot be equated with decarbonization.
On a visit to Gujarat, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today offered prayers at Somnath Temple in the state. He hoisted the flag at the temple. He also paid floral tributes to Sardar Patel's statue on the temple campus. The FIFA World Cup 22 will get underway tonight in Qatar. This is the first World Cup to be held in the Arab world and the second World Cup held entirely in Asia after 2002 tournament in South Korea and Japan. The tournament is featuring 32 participating teams. Matches will be played in 8 venues across 5 cities. Due to Qatar's intense summer heat, this World Cup is being held during November and December. It is being played in a reduced time frame of 29 days. The opening match will be between Qatar and Ecuador at Al Bayt Stadium, Al Khor at 9:30 Indian Standard Time. The final will be held on 18 December 2022, Qatar's National Day. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar will represent India at the opening ceremony scheduled to begin in a short while from now. The 53rd International Film Festival of India, IFFI, started in Goa with a glittering ceremony. The opening ceremony was held at Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee Indoor Stadium near Panaji. Altogether, 280 films from 79 countries will be screened during the 9-day event. 25 feature films and 20 non-feature films will be showcased in the Indian Panorama section, while 183 films will be part of international programming. This year's recipient of Satyajit Ray Lifetime Achievement Award is Spanish film director Carlos Saura. France is the spotlight country and 8 films will be screened under the country focus package. Goa Governor P.S. Sridharan, Chief Minister Pramod Sawant, Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Singh Thakur and Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting L. Murugan were present on the occasion.
The 53rd edition of International Film Festival, organized jointly by the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting and Government of Goa from November 20th to 28th, 2022. For over a century now, cinema has captured the imagination of people the world over. Cinema reflects the social dynamics of our times as well as shapes it. Films have a unique ability to transcend barriers and establish an
Union Minister for Development of Northeastern Region, Donor G. Kishan Reddy, today informed that he will inaugurate the Sangai Festival 2022 in Manipur tomorrow. Reddy said in a tweet that the celebrations will spread across 14 venues in 6 districts. Sangai, one of the biggest festivals in the state, will be a blend of culture, tradition, cuisine and sports this time around. In Assam, a 2-day Purvottar Swabhiman Utsav organized by Indian Army in collaboration with Northeastern Council began in Guwahati today as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Addressing the program, Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma said contribution of the Northeast region in nation building was immense, with active participation and sacrifices of lives. He was of the opinion that political leadership can play an important role in connecting the region to the rest of the country. Such efforts are bearing fruit, he added.
Talking 30 years, 35 years back on the kind of challenges that they were there as people from the Northeast. So to start off my discussion, I think it's important to understand and realize and accept that there has always been a lot of communication gap. I think that's the most diplomatic word I can use. A lot of communication gap in terms of the connectivity in the mindsets between the Northeast region and, as we have used the word here, the greater, the national mainstream. Of course, these words also are very, very important to use properly, because once we start saying that the national mainstream, that means it kind of makes the Northeast look like as if the Northeast is not. So these are also very important words that we need to be very careful when we use. And as politicians,
in Assam, Union Minister for Ayush Sarbananda Sonowal today inaugurated the Regional Research Institute of Unani Medicine under Central Council for Research in Unani Medicine in Silchar. In his speech, Sonowal termed it a landmark moment. He said that the state-of-the-art institute will play a vital role in the promotion of Unani medicine, providing huge benefits to the people. Built over 3.5 acres of land, the institute will provide various cost-effective healthcare facilities to the needy. He said it will also be an important research hub for traditional medicine for Assam and the Northeast.
Traditional system of medicine or Hondorvat, Unani medicine or Hondorvat, Bikhevabe, Manuhar Mazat, at a Hoktihali Satana Jogai Tulivo. Manuhar Mazat awareness Sistikora Keptot Aru. Amar Okham totha Uttor Purbanchaলত jiman bilak medicinal plant ase, species ase, herbs ase, ei hokolo bilak.
In Mizoram, Governor Dr. Haribabu Kambhampati today presented the awards to the winners of 15th Mizoram State Council for Child Welfare Painting Competition at PC Girls School, Mission Wang, Aizawl. Addressing the function, the governor appreciated the State Council for their activities for child welfare and for ensuring a safe environment for students in the hostels.
To promote both the places and the hotel. Awards.
For the State Council is also engaged to meritorious.
Let me first speak.
Thank you very much, sir.
In Tripura, Chief Minister Dr. Manik Saha today reviewed the law and order scenario in their state at a meeting with the superintendents of police and officers in charge of police stations of all the districts. It was held at Pragya Bhavan in Agartala. In the second T20 cricket match, India today defeated hosts New Zealand by 65 runs at Bay Oval ground in Mount Maunganui. Put into bat first, the visitors posted a big score of 191 for 6 wickets in stipulated 20 overs, riding on Surya Kumar Yadav's unbeaten 111 runs. Chasing the target, New Zealand were bowled out for 126 runs in 18.5 overs. With this win, India are leading by 1-0 in the 3-match series. The opener of 3-match T20 International was abandoned due to rains on Friday. In Arunachal Pradesh, Pema Khandu today initiated an attempt for the first ever Guinness World Record of largest helmet sentence for creating road safety awareness this morning at Tawang. Under this, a total number of 2,350 helmets were used to form the sentence Jai Hind at the Gyalwa Sangyang Gyatso High Altitude Stadium. He informed in a tweet that the government move was made jointly with the Amazing Namaste Foundation. Delhi Mizo 2022 was organized on Saturday at Bharat Ghar, Motibagh, New Delhi after a 2-year hiatus following the COVID-19 pandemic. Organized by the Delhi Mizo Welfare, the celebration was divided into a 2-part event, namely Chun Li Maun and Zan Hun Luam. A separate lobby was made for children attending the festival. Several paintings, photographs and books written by the Delhi Mizo authors and artists were also on display at the event. In Meghalaya, the BJP is confident that the party would win around 35 seats in the polls as 5 sitting MLAs look all set to join BJP in December. Speaking to media persons after inaugurating a party office in Jail Road, BJP State President Ernest Maury confirmed that 3 sitting MLAs will join the party in the first week of December, while 2 more sitting MLAs are holding discussions with the party.
Office will remain here till after 2023. Doesn't mean that election is completed. We have won the seat and this office will be closed. This office will continue to remain.
And to end the news, the main points once again. COP27 agrees to set up fund to assist countries vulnerable to adverse effects of climate change. All eyes on Qatar, opening ceremony of world's biggest football tourney to get underway in a short while from now. Army organizes Purvottar Swabhiman Utsav in Assam in association with Northeastern Council. Union Ayush Minister Sonowal inaugurates a research institute in Unani medicine at Silchar in Assam, calls it a landmark moment. And Tripura Chief Minister Manik Saha reviews state law and order scenario with superintendents of police of all districts. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.